Hi friends! While you watch this very sped up time lapse of me painting my dad's cat named Daphne, I wanted to talk about something I've been struggling with lately, and that is imposter syndrome. Fun! But before we get into that, I'll just say real quick that I'm using acrylic paint on canvas paper, and the finished piece is about 10 inches tall and 8 inches wide. I like painting on both stretch canvas and canvas paper, and though canvas paper doesn't have the structure that a stretched canvas has, it's super easy to just stick the painting in a frame. If anyone's interested in knowing about the brushes I'm using, or the paint, or mixing up the colors, just let me know in the comments. Color mixing is such an important part of painting, and I like talking about it. And unfortunately, it is not realistic to buy every color of paint, even though I want to. So you usually have to make your own. And the more I paint, the more I learn what it takes to make certain colors. But I am excited to hand deliver this to my dad and see if Daphne recognizes herself. Also, my adorable cats make a few appearances in this video too, so stick around. So anyway, imposter syndrome. Wikipedia says that imposter syndrome is a psychological occurrence in which people doubt their skills, talents, or accomplishments and have a persistent, internalized fear of being exposed as frauds. And for me, the keyword there is fear. And that's what I was feeling before I started this painting. Fear. For a while, I put off painting Daphne because I was super busy planning my wedding, and I actually have some videos coming up about wedding stuff, so keep an eye out for those. And then I was super busy moving to a new home. We moved 1 month after we got married. And then, it was the holidays. And then I was just flat out afraid to start. And when I think about it from a purely logical standpoint, of course, it doesn't make any sense. I've painted many pet portraits, and they're good. They make people smile, and they make me happy, and people have them up in their homes. How could I be afraid to do something I've done successfully a bunch of times before? But imposter syndrome does not care about logic. Squeaker does not care about logic either. Luckily, I did not let the fear defeat me. Though to overcome the fear, I kind of have to scare myself in other ways. At first I might remind myself how good it feels to finish a painting, give it to someone. So clearly, in order to finish, I need to start. Easy. But if I'm still kind of afraid to start the painting, then sometimes I start thinking about death. And all of a sudden, it's, what if I get to the end of my life and instead of making art, I just sat around watching TV? I mean, don't get me wrong, I love watching TV and movies. And then looking up the actors and memorizing everything about them in the hopes that one day all that information will be useful in a very specific game of trivia. But then I think, oh wait, what if I die really soon and I didn't do this painting and I let down my dad and there's nothing to remember me by, and when people think of me, they just think of this wasted potential. Oof. So to avoid having an existential crisis, I figure I should just start the painting. I'm not curled up on a ball on the floor or anything, but your mind can do really silly things when you have really high expectations for yourself. Sprinkled on top of contemplating my own mortality are some less ominous yet still valid concerns when I'm trying to start an important piece of art. Like knowing that painting with such detail takes a while and can take a toll on my body. After a while my arm might hurt from holding it up to paint. My eyes hurt from staring at one thing up close. My butt hurts from my chair. Any companies that would like to have their chairs featured in my videos, please send me a comfy chair. Also, now that I'm filming my process, I worry about the overall quality of the video. For example, there are some parts of this video where the lighting is like really flickery, and I didn't realize that was happening in my recordings until I was completely done. And to me, that's disappointing because I really want to make nice things and have people enjoy them. But I think I mentioned this in a previous video that I try to remind myself I'm still essentially a beginner when it comes to making videos. Slippy wants to remind me of this too. I don't need anything really fancy to start because the more I practice, the better I'll get, and then I won't be a beginner anymore. And it's the same with confidence and with feeling like a painter fraud. The more I paint, the more I make art a ritual, the harder it will be to doubt my own skill. And I don't say all this to complain. I say this because I know there are people out there who want to paint or want to draw or build something or learn something, and they're stopping themselves because they're afraid. And maybe they're afraid of being seen as a beginner, or afraid of making something crappy, or afraid of taking up space. And that's okay. It's very real. And honestly, I think most people are kind of afraid most of the time. We don't want to be shamed. We don't want to give up control. We don't want to be lonely. So if you can relate to any of this, I hope you can find something to give you that little push to start the thing. Even if you're going to be bad at it, even if it kind of hurts. Because when you're done, you get to say that you tried something new. Even someone like me who paints animals all the time, I still repaint the fur and go over stuff again and again, make mistakes, learn new things, and wonder if I'll be able to do it again, even though I've done it before. And social media is so curated. Most days, I just want to share my cute painting and just pretend I'm always wearing a cute little sweater when I paint. And I don't want to share how I got frustrated that I had to repaint Daphne's mouth because it was the wrong shape, or how I dropped my paintbrush and got paint all over my PJs. Though the other day I did drop my paintbrush and it somehow landed sticking straight up in my slipper that my foot was also in, miraculously sticking paint side up, and I did not get paint on anything. Austin was there. I should have taken a picture. But, you know, being a human's hard. So, don't die without doing that thing you want to do. Just tell your brain to shut up unless it's telling you something nice. And then, periodically check your camera settings to make sure the lights aren't flickery, and then just keep going. Keep on trucking. You gotta live your truth. You also gotta be gentle with yourself. Because you're gonna do amazing things. Anyone who seems like they totally have their stuff together or seems like they're just so talented probably isn't showing you the ugly parts or the late nights practicing or the really bad sketches that get tossed out. I mean, when I was putting together all the clips for this video, I thought about cutting out even more so you wouldn't see all the thin layers of paint or the times that it seems like I just paint something and then I completely paint over it. But that's the process. That's how I got the finished piece, so I don't need to pretend it happened another way. Plus, Daphne is real fluffy, so layers are here to stay. Slippy agrees. But we are working on a lot of new things over here. Austin and I are going to be offering prints and stickers soon, which is exciting. If you like this video, let me know. 1 like equals 1 minute of a cat purring on your lap because it loves you. It's good karma. And when Slippy is really happy and purring on our laps, he starts drooling. So I hope you too can have happy cat drool in your life. And thank you so much for watching. I am on Instagram and TikTok at katieinspace_art. Come say hi. Send me an email if you'd like a pet portrait at katieinspace@gmail.com. All right. Love you. Stay safe. Bye.